Hello everyone, welcome to this video on information literacy and its application to a U.S. history course. My topic will be Thomas Paine, a very important pamphleteer from the American Revolution who argued persuasively for American independence, especially emphasizing themes of liberty and tyranny. Paine has several important works like Common Sense and The American Crisis, and there are multiple instructional uses for Paine's writings from the Revolutionary era. First, they would provide deeper insight into key events of the Revolution, so students will get more context. Second, they promote information literacy. It gives students a chance to analyze the style of persuasive writing, in which an author promotes a position and then uses arguments and evidence to support that position. Students will get the opportunity to identify Paine's positions in his works and then find the evidence and arguments that he uses to try to make that point and get it across to his audience. This also is a great opportunity for teachers to start asking students questions and getting students the opportunity to find answers to those questions on their own. This is also a great opportunity to facilitate class discussion based on what students have found. The first example I want to give of Paine's writings is Common Sense, published in January of 1776. The position Paine takes here is that he wants America to declare independence from Britain, break away, become its own country. And key to his argument is how he depicts Britain and Europe overall, and by contrast, how he depicts the Americas. In Paine's view, Britain has been overrun by tyranny, freedom has been hunted down and destroyed, and that there's nothing left but oppression. By contrast, America is depicted as struggling for the cause of liberty and providing an asylum for the lovers of liberty from all mankind. It gives them a place to go to be free. The second example of Paine's works is The American Crisis #1, published in December of 1776. This is when the American cause was on the verge of defeat. The Continental Army had suffered multiple defeats in the disastrous New York campaign, starting with the Battle of Long Island. And this is right before Washington is going to score his surprise victory, crossing the Delaware and then hitting the Hessian garrison at Trenton. And this address was read to Washington's troops shortly before that surprise attack. Paine's position is that Americans need to keep fighting, emphasizing the idea, don't give up, keep going. And as arguments to support this, Paine asked the question of how you decide the value of a cause. And he answers that you decide something's value by the difficulty in attaining it. And then says that if the American cause is freedom, which is one of the most incredibly valuable things on this earth, then the Americans can expect this to be a hard fight. And again, he likes to contrast this with the British position and says that the British cause is nothing more than enforcing tyranny and trying to enslave the American colonies. The third example is a later pamphlet in the American Crisis series titled The Crisis Extraordinary from 1780, where Paine addresses the subject of taxation. And he takes the position that the British started this war because of their own avarice, their own greed, and that the Americans having their independence will be a good thing from a tax standpoint. And he argues this by comparing the taxes that people in England pay compared to those in America, and shows that people in England paid much higher taxes than Americans, and that if the British win the war, Americans can expect to have their tax level up by maybe 11 times. So quite a significant amount. And so in conclusion, Thomas Paine provides an excellent example of persuasive writing from the American Revolution, and this would be a great example for teachers and students to engage in information literacy skills, especially how authors state a position and then examining the evidence that they used to support that position.